Today I'm making blueberry buns. These are my favorite buns of all. It's my comfort food. Every time I go back to Poland, it's exactly what I absolutely have to have. So today I'm gonna put it all together. It's a yeast dough, so it does require some patience, but pretty much all that the time that will take. It's a very easy recipe, and you're definitely gonna enjoy it. If you, like me, are a proud owner of one of my favorite appliances, KitchenAid mixer, then it's pretty much easy. You put everything in a bowl, put it all together, and there you have it. So let's start with the ingredients. I'm gonna use here 350 grams of all-purpose flour, 20 grams of melted butter, 160 grams of milk, and make sure that milk is at least room temperature. It's not a cold milk, because you're using the yeast dough. With the yeast, we need that dough to rise fairly quickly. And if the milk is too cold, if the ingredients are very cold, it's going to take you a while before anything rises. Now, 1 egg, 7 grams of dry active yeast, 4 tablespoons of sugar, half a teaspoon of sea salt, and 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. And for the blueberries, you're gonna just have to see how much of the filling you want to have inside. That's how much you're gonna use. I like to fill them pretty well. I like a lot of blueberries in there. So let's get started with putting everything, all the ingredients together. So I'm gonna just put flour, sugar, and 7 grams of the dry yeast, and I combined the melted butter with some milk, so making sure that milk is warm, and I'm gonna add it straight to the bowl, to the rest ingredients. To that I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, a little bit of vanilla, and 1 egg. And by using my wonderful tool, which is my KitchenAid stand-up mixer, I'm gonna just knead it. If you don't have that beautiful equipment that simplifies life, you can also knead it by hand. It's gonna take some strength and some time, but you're gonna achieve pretty much the same outcome. I'm gonna knead it with that mixer for about 10 minutes till the dough becomes elastic and it's not as sticky anymore. You see, it feels very good when in touch. It's very nice and smooth, and that's exactly what you're looking for. I'm gonna form a little ball, and I'm gonna let the dough rise for about an hour. After an hour, it should double the size, which it did, just like it did. You can see here. Flour the surface very well so the dough doesn't stick. And I'm gonna cut 10 fairly even pieces. I wasn't really successful with very even, but it came out all right. But you can also weigh the dough. You can do piece by piece to make sure that you achieve exactly the same size buns. And I'm ready to fill the buns. So I stretch the dough a little bit, especially at the edges, so it's easy to put the filling in. And like I said before, I'm gonna fill as much as I possibly can and still be able to put the buns together so they don't leak. So most of the time I don't put any sugar in them, but if you'd like, you can put a teaspoon, half a teaspoon, a quarter of a teaspoon of sugar. It just all depends on your taste. So as you can see, this a little way of me sealing, you can say sealing the dough. I'm making sure that that there is no chance for the blueberries to leak. It might happen still that they will leak, and that's perfectly fine, but you just don't want them to fall apart. So then I put some flour on them so they don't stick to the surface once I'm preparing them for baking. And this is how it looks. And I arrange them the sealed side down on the baking tray. And here's one that I put some sugar in, just to give you an example. And I'm gonna seal it all over again. So as you can see, this is just my way of doing it. You probably can, once you make a few of them, you're gonna figure out your way. I like to seal them on both, on all 4 sides to make sure that they seal that way, and then I continue sealing them inside. There's few ways of sweetening these buns. I mean, first of all, there's only 4 tablespoons of sugar, so the dough is not so sweet. If you'd like, you can add some sugar into the filling, just like I did right now, or you can sweeten them with powdered sugar or glaze that I make at the end. And here they are, all ready for another rise. Yes, you gotta have to rise it again for 40 to 60 minutes. After that, they're gonna grow a bit again, and now we're ready to put egg wash on them. I use just egg white, but you can scramble 1 egg and you can use that. Now they're gonna go into 350-degree oven for about 17-18 minutes, depending on your oven. And here's the glaze I'm gonna use to finish them up. It's a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar plus a little bit less than a tablespoon of lemon juice. As you can see, it's very thin. You can also thicken it up for a much sweeter result. And here they are while they're baking, turning brown, beautiful brown. And here they are, all nice and ready. Now just finish them up with either powdered sugar or this glaze, and you are ready to enjoy. If you like this recipe, click a like button, and if you'd like to see more, don't forget to subscribe.